working on this shack the spring of last year. I guess it would have been about June, early June. And you know, it's intended to be a little play shack, if you will, for the kids, based on a book called Fablehaven. There's a series of them that the kids really like, and there's this old dilapidated shack in there, and so I wanted to kind of recreate that dilapidated old shack that this old lady that's kind of a witch, if you will, lives in, and kind of play into the creative and fantasy minds of the children. I had high hopes of getting it done so that they could play in it and enjoy it last season, but didn't quite get it all done. And so it's not, you know, they weren't able to enjoy it the way that I had hoped, but that's life, right? Especially the life of a homesteader, a farmer, just about anybody that's got a lot on their plate in life. There's responsibilities of all kinds, and I'm not complaining, just reflecting. Came out here just to look at it and see where I got to and where I need to go as I plan for the rest of this year. And as I was walking about the homestead, looking at all the projects that are unfinished or unstarted and all the things that need to be done, it can be overwhelming, you know, if you let it. And I'm not gonna lie, I've let it overwhelm me many times. In fact, definitely one of my faults is allowing myself to get overwhelmed and be overwhelmed by everything that needs to get done, or that I feel needs to get done, or want to do. And sometimes I let it overwhelm me to the point where I, rather than get started or start picking away at that list of things that's always growing, I don't do anything. And that's not a good place to be. And I'm sure I'm not alone. And recently I got to that point, you know, as winter's coming close to an end, at least up here in Idaho for us. You know, that all the things that need to be done that you can now do that you couldn't through the winter are starting to come into focus again, and I've let it overwhelm me. And so I was pondering. A couple days ago I went out to the pond way out in the back pasture, and just took some time to ponder and think and try and get a handle on things. And it occurred to me that, you know, you gotta start somewhere. And you can hope and wish all you want for things to just happen, for that drive to just get something done, to be there, or that you'll just wake up one morning and you'll have that energy and that pizzazz or drive or whatever you call it to just jump in and start working. And you can wish all you want, but at the end of the day, what it boils down to is you putting one foot in front of the other and just getting started doing something, right? just get started. Homesteading, farming, whatever hobbies, work, whatever it is in life, I think that can apply in so many situations. For me, it's homesteading. And there's so much I want to accomplish and do. I mean, anything just down to like my garage. Got a workbench in there and my tools and everything, so I can work on my projects and fix and repair stuff. And I've let it get so dirty and in such a disarray that when I go out there now to try and work on something, I easily get overwhelmed by just how chaotic and clustered and messed up it is, and it turns me off, and I think, oh gosh, I don't want to deal with all of that just so that I can deal with this, and I end up not doing anything. And so I realized I just need to start somewhere, no matter how big or small that project is, or that whatever it is I need to do. Just start somewhere. You've got to take that first step, and then the rest will follow, and you just keep pushing, and you just keep doing, and you do the best you can. And so what if you don't get everything accomplished in the day that you want to accomplish, or you know, it's okay. You can only do what you can do. We all have our limits, and they're all individual to you specifically. And comparing yourself to someone else who seems to be able to climb a mountain in a day, and you can only get halfway or even just get started, you can't do that. Everybody's got their limits in one way or another, and all you can worry about and focus on is what you can do. And if it's just getting out of bed that day and putting your work boots on and stepping outside, that's progress. Tomorrow you can take another step. And so I don't know, just some thoughts that I've had, and I've rambled on long enough, but I've had a hard time lately, and I woke up this morning and decided I'm gonna do something. I've got a lot of things I've got to get done. I've got a pig pen that the roof needs to be fixed because I built it wrong, so I've got to make some modifications to that. I've got a shack here for my beautiful children that I want to finish so they can have the joy of playing in it, and I've got a coat rack that I want to put up in the hallway for my wife's been requesting that. I've got vehicles that need repair. I've got an old car sitting in the driveway that needs to be hauled off. I've got a man cave / work office that needs some work so that when I work from home I can, you know, just a bunch of different things. And I've got things to prepare to get the garden ready this year, water lines to run, fencing to put up, and to figure out how and where I want to put it and what materials I'm going to use. And you know, I'm not complaining. These are some of the things on my list right now. That I've got a leaky faucet that I need to fix, and all of that to do, and all the other responsibilities that come with being a father, a husband, provider for my family. And I've got a beautiful wife that supports me, and she pulls her own weight, and my kids are awesome. They work hard, they do their chores, they help with the animals, and I couldn't do any of this without them, and I'm thankful for them. But sometimes I get overwhelmed, and I think we all do. we just got to put one step in front of the other and keep going. Anyway, hope you found this helpful. If you didn't, thanks for watching, listening. I needed to get it off my shoulders. And if you're thinking about homesteading and you're overwhelmed by it, or whatever the situation may be, if you're overwhelmed, take a breather. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Smile. Put your work boots on and take it one step at a time. Thanks for joining me today on this crazy adventure that I like to call homesteading. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow.